Oh, what's good, face in the building? Right, brutally honest, super truthful, crazy honest, over the top honest review of Valkyrie Elysium. Now, how I like to do my reviews is I like to tell you how long I've played the game for, and I have put 12 hours into Valkyrie Elysium with one playthrough on a normal difficulty. Before I start, this game has multiple endings, so I could have stretched that time a lot more, but I didn't actually want to. I wanted to get the main gist of the game, do one playthrough, and tell you my thoughts about it. Anyway, starting off Valkyrie Elysium, let's start off with visually. Now, visually, there's not much to it. It's got this art style of there's a big black outline pen around the characters. I don't know what this art style is called, but I've seen it before in a lot of Switch games. In my opinion, this game, they didn't really focus on the visuals. Like, the characters look cool, okay. The environment just looks okay. It's not a graphical spectacle at all. Like, speaking on the environments and stuff, they feel like empty. The world doesn't look overly detailed. It is just literal broken down town assets put on a map, and that's it. Like, speaking on character design as well, the characters, they look cool, they look all right. The main character, the Valkyrie, blonde girl in armor, okay. In my opinion, not overly the most unique looking character. The Enhenrias, which are the spirits that she rolls with, they're characters in the game. They play a big part in the game as well. They're kind of cool. They're, you know, slightly different. They vary in places, but graphically and visually, Valkyrie Elysium, to me, isn't anything special at all. Enemy design is okay. What you expect from a action RPG type game anyway. The level design is quite cool. I will say this, Valkyrie Elysium done a better job than Solstice in making the levels not feel exactly the same. Yeah, the levels, the maps, the small arena maps, they don't feel exactly the same all the time. So they've done a good job in that sense, but this game is not a graphical spectacle at all. So if you are a guy that goes in looking for graphics, it is not for you. But moving on to gameplay. Now, this is the most important part of the game in my opinion. Gameplay is always over everything else, right? And Valkyrie Elysium does a good job. It's not too bad. Not at all. Now, it starts off really slow. You starts off with limited movesets, limited things to do. But obviously, this is the game saying, play me and I will get better. And trust me, it does. It definitely does. Once she gets better weapon proficiency, once she gets more magic, once she gets to use the Enhenrias, like these are the spirits that you can summon that come out like on the touch of a button basically, the game can get quite frantic. A lot can be going on. Magic could be going on. Sword slashes. Your Enhenria's fighting enemy there, and your another Enhenria fights an enemy there, and it changes your element of weapon. Bro, listen. The combat in this game, at first I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this. But as I played through it, and it didn't take long for it to get to this point, it became really good. In some sense, it became a bit addictive. Like, I started trying to string together some different types of combos and that, because as you level up your weapon, the Valkyrie gains more movesets. Yeah, gains more things that she can do with that weapon. Now, there is a few different types of weapon. I usually played with the main sword, and there is a spear type that I played with as well, which is quite fun. And there's kind of like a, I think it's called a rapier sword, or I don't know how to pronounce it. It's that little small one with the little pick thing. Yeah, that. Yeah, that was quite a good weapon as well. And all of them had their unique movesets. Now, the commands were the same. Like, it didn't change the commands to do these moves, but at least the animations and the effects of those moves were different. They did very, very well with the combat. I was actually totally surprised by about, let's say 25% into the game that, rah, my Valkyrie is moving wicked. Like, she's just moving cold. Now, I could have explored the game more. I could have gone and done more of the side missions and stuff and gained more of the magic. Maybe I could have done a lot more exploring in the game, right? I could have. I definitely could have. And I feel that if I did, there's probably some more magic I could have gained. Maybe more weapons I could have gained, not too sure. But there's a lot of things that I could have gained and could have got more out of the combat. But for what I did do, it was good. It was actually good. I can't lie. The Valkyrie's movement, she moves fluid. And having things do, as I say, on the touch of a button, brilliant. Like, the counter system was decent. I didn't use it very often because the dodging system was quite good. It's all I needed to use. Like, in terms of gameplay and combat, control and movement, Valkyrie Elysium, brilliant in my opinion. Brilliant. I can't lie. It was very good. Now, moving on from gameplay into story. The story in Valkyrie Elysium. Now, I only did one playthrough, and this playthrough seemed a little bit short in my opinion, because when I was at the last boss, I didn't really know it was the last boss. I thought it was like a pre-boss fight of the last boss, and then you were going to continue more into the game, and then you was going to fight the last boss properly, but it was the last boss. Now, I know this game has alternate endings, so maybe another playthrough could be more extensive, could be a lot longer if I did certain things in the game differently. This one was quite short, and the story of it was predictable. I can't lie. The opening few scenes, I kind of said to myself, Face, you know exactly where this game is going. Exactly where this game is going. And by the end of the playthrough, it went exactly that way. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you that because I don't want to spoil the game for you. If you're looking to buy this game, you're looking to test it out yourself. Like, that was a very predictable story, in my opinion. Now, obviously, with the alternate endings, the story will change. I know one way it will change. I don't know if there's any other ways it could change, but it just was a predictable story. Very predictable, very like, okay, that's going to happen, and that happened. Simple as, that's just it. And even though it was predictable, it was still interesting. I didn't think, oh my god, I'm so underwhelmed that I knew what the ending was at the start of the game. Nah, because there was a few bits that, you know, swayed my thoughts of what the ending could be. So, not too bad, not too bad. That leads me on to replay value. Now, obviously, like I said, there's multiple endings in the game. But my first playthrough was quite short. So, going to achieve these multiple endings, I can't see this game having a long, extensive stretch of replay value because that playthrough was so short. Now, you can obviously go back in to different parts of the areas in the game and go and search for more things. You can obviously go and get more skills and stuff, and there may be more inheritors, those spirit things that are with you, to obtain, because I only obtained the main 4. Do you know what I mean? So replay value in this game looks okay, but in my humble opinion, by the time I completed that first playthrough, I was a little bit burnt out. Just a little bit burnt out. Just because of the sheer environments wasn't very engaging, and obviously the story literally went to where I thought it would go. So it didn't draw me back in to say, okay, let me go and see what these other endings are about. It was kind of a wham bam thank you ma'am type game, if you get what I mean. So you may find decent replay value in it, but for me personally, I wouldn't go back to it, in my humble opinion. Moving on from the replay value, let's talk about sound. I didn't talk about sound or replay value in my last review, so I thought in this one it'll be a better way to get more descriptive on the game. And this game, on the Square game, sounds fine. sounds like a Square game. If you get what I mean. Like, it literally sounds like a Square game. It's good. It has a decent OST in the background. It doesn't get annoying. The only issue I do have with the sound is the dialogue.
Egon, do you know precisely when the world began falling apart?
I don't. But a survivor might know something.
Too bad we don't see many of them.
Now, there are parts of the game where your spirits, unsummoned, are speaking to each other. Or they're speaking to the Valkyrie, while the Valkyrie's running around on the map doing what she's doing. And
I thought I saw
that
something in the shadows.
was really repetitive.
But
They kept saying the
might just
same
have
speech
imagined
over and over again. Or I'd get into a battle that would interrupt the speech and it would replay the speech after the battle, starting the whole speech again. Like, that kind of got really annoying, like, over time. And I thought, do I want to turn this dialogue off, because it got quite annoying? You get what I'm trying to say? And some of this dialogue, to me, didn't seem relevant to the story. Like, stuff that I didn't need to hear. Just casual chit chat about, oh, so when you were alive, what did you do? Oh, I did this. Okay, cool, that sounds fun. But when I was alive, I did it. Yeah, you get what I mean? Just casual chit chat for no reason. And I don't understand why that was there at all. Overall, Valkyrie Elysium is a good game. Now, for the price point I paid for this game, I paid $54.99 for it, basically $55. Is it worth it? From my playthrough and my experience, no. I personally would wait for a sale if I were you. Personally, I would wait for a sale, because I guarantee this game may be on sale quite soon. Quite soon. Now, if you're a deep RPG hack and slash fan, the 55 price point might be alright for you. But you have, for this, you'd have to be a deep fan. I mean, like a deep fan of the franchise, the IP and all that stuff. You'd have to be a real deep fan of it. But for a casual hack and slash RPG player, I would wait for a sale, to be honest. I'd wait for a sale, because final score for Valkyrie Elysium, I would give this game a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. For its great combat. Its combat is brilliant. The way its combat opens up, the things you can do with the Valkyrie. But unfortunately, the basic, very basic graphics and the predictable story. That's what I say. So 7.5 out of 10 for Valkyrie Elysium. Now, put down in the comment section what you think. If you play Valkyrie Elysium, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think it worth 7.5, 10? Is it lower? What score would you give this game from you playing it? And let me know in the comment section if you are looking to pick this game up, or you're looking to, you know, have a look. You're indecisive about buying this game or not. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know how I can improve on my reviews. Yeah, I love hearing your opinions on this. You could improve on this, or maybe talk about this more or that more. Like, let me know in the comment section how I can improve my reviews, so I can get these more detailed reviews out to you, so you can decide whether you buy that game or not. You get me? Because I'm keeping it brutally honest. I am not like these other big reviewers that may get paid to say something. That's not me. That's not the way we're going. Anyway, my name is Face. That was my Valkyrie Elysium brutally honest review, and I am signing